Okay. I'm live. Hey, if you're watching this live, if you're watching it on replay, or if you're watching it all, I guess hi. I was gonna say if you're not watching it, but if you're not watching it, you're not hearing me say hi. It's me, Lauren. I know I said I was gonna go live last week and that didn't happen, but here I am now. So, it's been a time overall, as you probably learned from my last video. But I do want to say, like, November was a fantastic month for me. My fiance was in town visiting, which was amazing. I really loved that. Sadly, he's back in England now. Um, but overall, I think it was a pretty good month. And I know I didn't do like monthly recaps for other months, and I'll do like a general sense, get you up to speed a little more, maybe. But I'm not gonna like go back through all those months because that's just not gonna happen. Maybe end of the year is an overall yearly recap. But I've just been kind of chugging along, for lack of a better word. I feel like life should be easier than it is, and it also doesn't help when I'll talk to one of my friends or whatever, and I know they're meaning to be nice if they say, "Oh, but you, like, do have your life together and stuff," and that sort of scares me because I don't feel like that at all, and it makes me stressed to think that I'm just gonna feel as though my life's never together for the rest of time. I had to hang up clothes today because I did laundry, but I didn't put any of the clothes away, and I also hadn't put the clothes away from when I did laundry last time. So there was a lot of clothes to put away, and it just felt like it took 10,000 years. And I'm thinking, why am I gonna have to do this every, maybe not every day, but like every week, at least for the rest of my life, I'm gonna have to do laundry and clean stuff and cook or somehow get food into my body. And it makes me want to scream because it's exhausting and stressful. And even if I'm having a great time, I think of all the things I have to do when I get home. For instance, yesterday, I know it was December and talking about November, but just hear me out. Yesterday, I was at the animal shelter volunteering. I had a psychiatry appointment. There's a plane going by. And then I went to Burbank, downtown Burbank, where I walked around like an art fair or artesian fair rather, and then saw a movie. Poor Things, insane movie, by the way, crazy. I have no words. And I was feeling really good, right? But then I had to come home and figure out dinner, and that's when I had to do the laundry, and then I had to clean stuff. And I couldn't just kind of relax when I got home because I'd been really busy all day doing fun things, and then I had to do the adult things. And I am not finding good balance. Like, I'm either doing all like fun things all day, and then I'm doing everything that I need to get done, or I do like everything I need to get done, and then I tell myself, oh, then I'll do a fun thing. But then I'm exhausted and I don't want to do the fun thing. The problem is you could say, "Oh, but Lauren, then just always do the fun thing early and then do the adult stuff later." But sometimes, as I was saying, like, I don't put the clothes away, right? Like, I don't always do the adult thing, and then it doesn't get done. And then everything falls into a pit and spiral of despair. And, I'm no longer working as insane hours at work, thank God, because that was just brutal, um, to get to opening. But, like, I'm still tired, and I feel as though I was on, like, overdrive for so long, that now that I can kind of relax more, I'm just exhausted. And I am going up on one of my meds because my psychiatrist thinks it might help combat the groggy feeling, which when I did increase the dose already, that did help. So I am hoping, like, going up on it again will help even more. But I'm not sure, like, what if it's not the med making me just tired and my body and soul is just battered? I need not that I want tuberculosis, but it's like you almost want to be like from the 1800s or whenever, or 1900s, and have like consumption and be sent away to the beach or to the sea or like some meadow for 6 months to recuperate. Because that's what I feel like I want. Not without being actually like physically ill, but the recuperation period. Because I don't even know how I'm supposed to do stuff. And And also then when you do stuff, then you're like, "Yikes." Like, I did a lot in November. Obviously, Harry was in town, but we went to Vegas to see U2 and also Postcard from Earth because that's obviously what I worked on. So it was exciting. I wanted to show him what I worked on. And then at the end of the month for Thanksgiving, we went to Palm Springs actually for Thanksgiving weekend, which was great. But it's like, whoa, that was like a big that ended up being like a big spend month. Like, oh, Lauren had a fun month and lots of money went out of the bank account for those trips. And it's fine. Like, I'm financially fine. But it just makes me feel like anxious because it feels like if I do all the fun things I want, like if I like buying stuff to an extent, like if it's something I want to buy for whatever reason. But I love going and doing stuff like seeing shows, going to a museum, going out, experiencing stuff. And a lot of times, either the experience costs money or like getting to said experience will cost money in some fashion, whether it's an Uber or a train ticket, or gas, or it costs money to actually go to whatever it is I want to do. And I think it's hard for me to balance doing things that make me really happy with like the financial cut because it's like, oh, I want to see a movie. And I am in the AMC A list. But sometimes I feel like I'm still like, oh, well, I should also watch movies that since I have like Prime, I should watch that stuff on that because I'm already paying for that for other reasons. And obviously, I know that there's like benefits of both, right? If I'm not feeling great, I can still watch a movie or TV show from home versus like schlepping out, driving somewhere and everything. But it just feels like I feel like I need to be like saving every like ounce of money, except when it comes to other people. I spent money on other people's presents. I'm like, woohoo, great purchase. Um, I spend money on something that I actually like use. I hate buying stuff that I like need to spend, if that makes sense. Like buying food, if it's not a food that excites me, but just like orange juice, which I like orange juice, but it's not like fun food, then I'm thinking, why am I spending money on this? Like, why do my bills have to go towards this juice versus, oh, Taylor Swift dropped more merch. What am I going to buy? Like, I'm so bad at feeling valid for buying things I actually need to spend money on. Like, oh, I have to get gas. I have to get toilet paper. I have to get whatever. And I feel so bad about that, which is crazy because that's actually the stuff that I need to survive. And that's what I've been kind of going back and forth with like mentally, even though I like check my budget every 2 weeks when I get paid. So I'm not like just like blindly buying stuff. But it just makes me feel guilty for doing fun things when it makes me feel like I'm not saving as much as I could be for all the adult woes and fears that are going on. And obviously the actors did ratify their strike, like they voted yes. Their contract. So like the strike's like well over now. I mean, it was over, but it's like definitely over. So that is good news for the industry because I was definitely really stressed about that. Like I was fortunate enough to still have a job, to this day, but I wasn't sure exactly what was going to happen because of everything going with the industry, and it was making me feel like I shouldn't be living in the moment like at all because or really at all because I don't want if something were to happen, I don't want to be in a position that's gonna suck. Or I don't want to be in a position that's gonna suck for a long time. Like I want to put myself in the best possible position. And that of course then like kind of hits when you're trying to like live your life. So when Harry was here in November, I feel like I was really good at living life because he was here and obviously most of the time our relationship is very long distance. So I wanted to like take advantage of him of both being in the same zip code and going out doing things, having experiences because usually our dates are FaceTime dates, which is I like them. It's great to see him, but usually I'm just like sitting in my apartment chatting to him versus actually going out and doing stuff. And Vegas was really fun. I don't think I love Vegas like some people seem to love Vegas. I think it's a fun place to go, but it's also kind of insane. um, but it was not fun to go with him. And I'd only ever been to Vegas with my like work people once and then with my sister one other time. So it was nice to go like as a date adventure. And then I've never been to Palm Springs either. And I know people might be like, why do you go to Palm Springs over Thanksgiving? And I would have loved to go to New Jersey to see my family over Thanksgiving. But one, I know it's literally one of the worst times to travel all year in America. And two, Harry was here, and I know he flew from England to LA, and then he wasn't leaving until the very end of November, like first day of December. So he would have had to fly then across the country and then across the country again and then back to England. So it would have been just like a lot of plane flying and expensive. But so we didn't do that. We did a Friendsgiving the week before, which was quite successful. I did not make the turkey. Harry made the turkey. But I did make biscuits. And by biscuits, I mean like the canned stuff. But they worked out. They were good. I'm happy with it. Um, we also did decorate for Christmas the day after our Friendsgiving, which was the week before Thanksgiving. But that way we could celebrate, do presents and stuff together before he had to leave in the beginning of the very first day of December. So the tree has been up for a while, but I really do like the tree. And you can see the Grinch right there, maybe in his green outfit. I might do like a little video showing my little Christmas decor. But anyways, so we went to Palm Springs because I'd never been, he'd never been. And it was like, I thought it was going to be a reasonable drive. It was a little brutal because of traffic, but it was fine. And it was a little cold though, low key. Like we did the aerial tram and there was a frost, literal frost on the ground at the top of the mountain. And I know it was, like 8,500 feet up, so high up. But I'm thinking, we're in California. Whatever the time of year is, it's warm. Lies. Luckily, I had a coat because I checked the weather. Like I knew it was going to be colder, but it was still like, whoa, it's actually feels like fall, which made me kind of happy. I know I was literally just saying that I like warm weather, but not in the fall. Like in the fall, I wanted to feel like fall. And that was nice. I felt a little more East Coast vibes, I guess. And we also went to Joshua Tree to add another national park to my list, which was beautiful. I was not expecting so many big rocks and so many rock climbers, like climbing up the rock with those rope things. I don't even know how they would get the rope up there. Like, do they chuck the rope up? Is the rope always there? I have no idea. We did not do any rock climbing. We just like did a couple like nature loop trail and meandered around. But it was really fun. And then like we also went to Huntington Gardens in November, which I'd only been one other time. And it was just as beautiful as I remember. Obviously, you're getting the theme. I like doing stuff outside or going to a new place or a place I haven't been that much to build like new memories and exciting stuff. And I really wish that I was comfortable enough to do more of that kind of thing by myself. Like I think I really took advantage of having Harry here to do all these things I wanted to do. Because although I'll see a movie by myself and like walk around the mall by myself or like downtown Burbank by myself, no problem. I don't feel that comfortable, say, going to like Griffith Park by myself, like even in the daytime or doing any kind of like hike walk by myself, just in case I like, not that I think someone's gonna murder me, but like I could fall on a rock and then hurt myself and need help. And I know that's not likely, but it just gives me like anxiety. And I feel like I have anxiety about a lot of things, obviously. I'm also been working on trying to be less prepared for the world to end. And in the sense that I used to go literally when I would go around, I would carry my my 1.5 pound portable charger that could do like maybe 8 charges of my phone to like leave the house for 3 hours because I was so stressed. Now I have a portable charger that does like maybe 1.5 charges of my phone, which is much smaller, much lighter, and it's helping me. So I still feel like I have a bit of a cushion, but I'm not literally carrying around a 1.5 pound thing. I'm also got a new wallet, which has less card slots. So I don't have to carry every card that might possibly have some use, even though it literally never will. Like I literally carried around a credit card that I never use on anything except Apple Music to keep my length of credit longer. So I'm like, why am I carrying this card around with me? I never use it physically in person on anything. So that kind of thing. I'm trying to work on that kind of, it's a goal of mine. And I'm trying to eat breakfast every day still, which thanks to Harry, I feel like I had a real breakfast like almost every day of November, and it's been continuing thus far into December, which is nice. And I don't know, it was just like it was a really good month. And honestly, it kind of is making me feel very positive about the year in general. I mean, obviously this year I got engaged, which was a big highlight. But also towards the beginning of the year, my like mental health was really tanking again. And I've been on and off various meds literally all year. So I think it can kind of feel like I had a terrible year sometimes in my head. But I obviously was going through a bunch of my pictures and videos to make the short that I uploaded last night. And I was like, wow, this actually, like, I did a lot of really cool stuff this year. I made friends, I went on adventures. And I really think sometimes I can feel so weighed down by how I'm feeling today or yesterday. And it makes me feel this dread, this sense of dread that I feel, that it makes me feel like I'm feeling that all the time. And it can kind of make me forget about the good and happier moments that I have experienced. Oh, thanks, Mom. Yes, I'm not wearing the ring just because right now because I was cleaning pots and pans earlier. The glamorous life that I lead, cleaning pots and pans. But I have to try to remember that like the bad moments are like are moments. That's not like bad year round, 24/7, 365 days a year. And I know this was a different kind of recap than usual, but I'm kind of warming back up into it. And also, I know there's a Christmas tree there, but you can see my messy apartment. There's my little menorah glowing happily over there. So happy Hanukkah if you celebrate that right now. Yeah, we can't always be in Palm Springs. Woo, sad. Back to Los Angeles, life, work, the regular working. It's not really a 9 to 5, more like a 9 to 6, sometimes 5 if I'm lucky 5. But anyway, I know it's only like 7:45, and I know I've only been filming for 17 minutes, but I did have my FaceTime date with Harry today and talked to one of my friends. So I'm parched. I'm gonna sign off, but expect another actual video coming the end of the week. I started filming it already. It's a multi-filming part, but you'll only see one video, obviously. And I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.